Starting soon, it says. Can we check the mics one more time?
Yeah, I pressed the button to make it go.
Check 1, 2. Oh, I think I'm loud. Do.
It's probably going right now, and you're going to see it in like a few seconds.
All right. Shut up, Tom.
Damn, you need to try and impress everyone.
Yeah, here we are.
No, it's live. It's happening.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hi everybody. Now what?
See, it's on a delay.
Yeah. I told you that.
Should we address?
Yeah, I guess you should. Hi, everybody who's watching from... Could be from home, could be from mobile device. Why are you shutting the door?
It'll look better.
Yeah. It is your old pals, Tim and Tom. Getting ready to record an episode. That's great. Yeah, make sure there's feedback.
Why would there be feedback if it's on a delay, Tom?
That's true.
Here's the deal. Every week we record this thing on the internet. And we do it here in this place that you're seeing.
This bunker.
So what we're going to do is basically do what we always do.
Yeah.
And
you get to be a fly on the wall, right?
Yeah.
Tim? Not you, them.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not going to be, we're not going to be addressing the, well, maybe like during the breaks, we'll address the camera. Right, Tim?
Sure. I'm looking at these, I also see that there's comments here.
Yeah.
And I think it would be foolish if we were looking at the comments the whole time. So
yeah,
maybe
that's why I'm not even looking at them. I got my back to the computer.
Maybe during the breaks. I feel like this is.
What? It's too loud.
Is the sound weird?
I can lower it a little bit.
Tom's sound quality is a little shoddy. Someone says. So what we're gonna do is
my sound quality.
What we always do. Yeah. Are we coming out of that board?
Yeah.
I turned up the main mix.
Oh yeah, I sound.
Yeah, Tim, not you. Yeah, exactly. It's not gonna be. We're not gonna be addressing the.
Here. Do I? No, that's why. Do I sound? Yeah, I sound better now. I think.
Yeah. I'm looking at the levels.
Yeah, I'm using that real shit cord to go into the computer.
Good work.
Yeah, I can find another cord.
They're doing
It's so hot in here.
Construction on the street in front of my house. No, they're shooting a movie.
Get your story straight.
The entire street is closed off to parking starting 10 p.m. tonight. I'm not going to be able to park when I leave here, Tom. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. It's a real bummer. Tim. Do you want to record the episode? The regular episode? The real episode?
Yeah, let's do that.
Should we find a way to make it hotter in here first?
Look, man. I don't know. Yeah.
Maybe we should. It's all these damn computers running, Tim. It's like a mainframe room in here.
2 computers. Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
You ever do this with a drink? Whoa, what the hell? This thing's got a mind of its own. Anyway. All right, let's do it.
So first, we do a commercial for our sponsors.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about all that.
So I'll do that. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
This week's episode of The Complete Guide to Everything is brought to you by Audible. Get a free audiobook download and a free 30-day trial by going to tcgte.com/audible. Guess what, Tom?
What?
Guess what? You get a free audiobook of over 100,000 to choose from.
That's too many to choose from.
And then you listen to it with your ears.
All 100,000?
No, just one.
Oh, okay, that makes it much
For
more.
free.
That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, but you can go to tcgte.com/audible and do it today. Now we take a little bit of a break.
Good job, Tim. I offer Tim some encouragement so he doesn't run out screaming. How's that looking?
I think it's fine.
Yeah. I think it was just the cave. I think I think it was a little too hot coming into this thing.
Shut up. Over 100,000 to choose from. Yeah, we're cool. Hold on, I got a text message.
Read it on air. Read it on air.
You up to anything? Yeah, I'm on the internet. Live, you jerk.
Wow, if they only knew. They only
Live internet cast.
when
Can't talk.
idiot.
What a jerk.
When we went and got some beer, but we had like 15 minutes before this started. We were in the supermarket buying beer. It has a hilarious joke to Tim, which would have been as equally embarrassing to me. I was going to say the woman ringing us up, we need to get this beer because we have a webcam show tonight.
It's important lives we lead.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to keep this open so I can look at the comments every once in a while.
Sure, why not?
Wow, if they only knew.
You're still...
They only
Live internet cast.
when
Okay.
Hold on a minute. What about now? I don't think it's happening now. I think it's happening intermittently because I use that real shitty cable.
Good work. I have a better cable. Ugh.
think
So
it's fine
here's
as
the
long as I
thing.
don't
I
touch
know
it.
it's the middle of the night where a lot of you people are watching, and it's really not going to be any more exciting than you listening to this on your own time. So it's not like that door is going to open and like some celebrity guest is going to walk in or anything.
But maybe they will.
No. If you're tired, you should really probably just go to sleep because I don't know if this is going to be worth it. But let's just let's plow through, Tom. Let's plow ahead. I don't understand why we're doing this. Can you explain why we're doing this?
I thought it'd be fun.
Okay. All
But
right.
that'd be a good excuse to make have to close the door and everything else, make it hotter. It's probably the hottest day of the year so far, right?
Yeah, it's the hottest day since last August.
I should save all this banter for the actual show, Tim. Wasting it on these people watching the live stream.
Turning you down a little bit. All right, you ready?
Yep. Hello and welcome to Complete Guide to Everything, a podcast about everything. I'm one of your hosts, Tom.
I'm Tim.
How are you doing this week, Tim?
I'm doing all right. It's really hot in here, Tom.
Yeah,
I'm not
I
sure
know
if you've
it's
noticed
hot
it.
in here. It's the hottest day of the year.
From what I understand, Tom,
2013.
it's the hottest day since last August.
Really?
Yeah.
That's the first time I've heard that. That's interesting. That makes sense, though. I mean, it's the hottest day of the year, but I don't know. Where are we, about midway through the year?
Yeah,
It would make sense
like-
that there wouldn't have been a hotter day in February or something like that.
that's true. I don't think you were the one who said that it was the hottest day of the year.
It's not that humid today, though, so that's all right.
That's good. Now, let's stop talking about the weather.
All right. Let's see. Let's check out the weather in your neck of the woods. And then we would cut to like a local
Right.
Complete Guide to Everything affiliate. Would give them the local weather.
How much would that? We'd have to have a full staff to do that, right?
Yeah, well, a second full staff, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think our current full staff would be able to handle it.
No.
Tim, I have a few. You didn't ask me how I'm doing.
Tom, excuse me, buddy. How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good because I saw two wacky things in the street.
All right.
Neither is probably that important. But,
well, as you know, we only discuss the things of the most important matters.
Actually, I do have something important to say. Nothing pizza flavored is ever good except pizza.
What about pizza flavored combos?
You know what? They're not that much better than just regular combos.
But they are better.
Are you familiar with the idea of the uncanny valley?
Yeah, I am.
I think that applies to pizza as well. So the uncanny valley is that if like robots or computer generated people or whatever or anything, if you get too close to them being lifelike, human-like, there's something about our brains that don't like it, and all of a sudden you can see every little thing that's wrong with it. So like the Polar Express, the Tom Hanks movie, that was an example of that. Like it looked really good, but it still wasn't real. So all you noticed was like, this almost looks real, but it's not real.
Creeps everybody out is what it does.
Yeah, but if you've got, say, something like that movie Ted with the little stuffed bear walking around,
right.
You know, a stuffed bear, it looks like a stuffed bear. It doesn't look like a person, so you're fine with that. Your brain's fine with that. I think it's the same thing with pizza flavored stuff, that when stuff gets too close to tasting like pizza, all you notice is that you're not eating pizza.
That's true. I mean, you seem like the type of guy that whenever you eat anything, you're like, I wish this was pizza.
Yeah, pretty much.
Broccoli, this doesn't taste like pizza. Mom.
If you mean by the kind of guy, do you mean, Tim, a red-blooded American?
No, I mean a man-child.
Name a better food than pizza.
A better food than pizza?
Yeah.
Tortellini.
Tortellini is pretty good.
Yeah,
but it's not better than pizza.
Oh, it absolutely is better than pizza.
No
Tom.
way.
You're full of beans.
You're full of cheese, like a tortellini.
Okay, nothing's better than a stuffed crust pizza.
I don't know. Kind of over it, the stuffed crust. I'd rather just a real thin crust.
They started making everything flavored, right? Like, you ever have the snack food that's like, this is TGI Fridays mozzarella sticks.
Oh yeah. As a potato chip.
Yeah, it just tastes like Andy Cap's hot fries. That's all it tastes like.
Andy Cap's hot fries. They made a bunch of those like in the 80s, right? And we're still just working our way through them.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I think a bunch of high school cafeterias bought like 100,000 boxes, and they were like, "Oh, we're gonna have the we'll go through these. Kids love Andy Cap."
Yeah.
And then
what's a popular kids cartoon character? Andy Cap.
Right. And so we'll just buy all those, and that's what it is. It's really hot in here, Tom. From what I understand, your mic is still screwing up on the live thing.
Yeah.
But let's hear about your crazy day.
No, it wasn't that crazy. It was just that I saw a guy sit on a motorcycle that wasn't his.
What?
It was a motorcycle on the street, and the guy went and sat down on it. It wasn't his motorcycle.
He sat down on it like he was going to ride it?
Yeah. Like he had, it was like a real weird looking, like not a weird looking guy, but a weird acting guy. Like he had unusual mannerisms. And he was like, looking at this bike forever. And then like he very quickly put his bags down and jumped on the bike, sat there, gave himself a nod, and got off the bike and looked around like to make sure nobody noticed. But then he was just looking at the bike forever. And then he took a notebook out and he started taking notes about the motorcycle.
Maybe he was writing an article.
About motorcycles on the street?
Yeah, about this particular motorcycle that he liked. Isn't that a column in Vanity Fair?
Motorcycles I like.
Cycles
that I
I've
see.
seen, yes.
Yeah. So that was one thing I saw. And then the other thing I saw was this woman was walking her dog. It was the same trip, same walkabout, Tim. It was quite an eventful walkabout.
Right.
A woman was walking a dog. You know, they got these new dog collars. You don't need to hold them.
Wait, what? You don't need to hold the dog. The dog walks themselves.
No, it's like a belt. It attaches around your waist.
Oh, how lazy is that? No,
that's pretty lazy, right? Because
No,
what could be harder than just holding a dog's leash? That's real easy.
But you don't get to jerk the dog back if it's doing something wrong.
Well, you could grab the thing. But you don't have as much control over the dog.
So you can like play on your phone more easily. You could walk down the street playing Game Boy.
Well,
I'm on level 8 of Dr. Mario. I don't want it to walk this dog.
Well, I'll tell you, the woman was like eating antipasta out of a container. And I feel like she was doing that just to justify having this kind of leash.
Yeah.
Because she was using both hands, like I gave her credit for that. You know, she was just walking around, swinging her arms. That would have looked lazy, but she looked, I don't know, she was getting stuff done. She was multitasking. The dog seemed like a very calm dog, so that was fine.
Great.
Yeah.
These were your
Well, they weren't interactions. They were observations. I didn't talk to either of these people. He asked me if I had anything that, exciting happen this week. And
Here's the thing. Before we started recording this episode, I said, do you have something to talk about up
yeah,
front?
I got 2 things.
And
I gave you 3 because I
even
talked about the pizza-flavored chips.
You looked at your notes and you chuckled and you went, yeah, I got some stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
And then by the time you started telling me about them, you seemed like you lost confidence in them as funny anecdotes.
I think the room's just filling up with carbon dioxide. My mic's still weird.
I think so. This delay is killing me, Tom. Richard Thompson says, God damn, I was just about to go to sleep, and I decided to check Twitter, and now I'm up watching 2 guys talk about pizza.
Yep, pretty great.
It's really hot in here, Tom. I don't know what we're going to do about this.
I can open the window.
Yeah? You want to just go for it? Yeah. It's hot outside, though.
It's literally the same temperature outside. Need a paper towel to cool down.
So this is what we do in those breaks that you hear. The theme music plays. Me and Tom talk to each other. Yep.
Like an ice pack or something?
What? No, it's not. Like, what's wrong with you? It's not that hot.
It's pretty hot.
So what are we gonna do?
New York City tourism.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes peek for everybody right now.
Yeah.
Let me see. I've got
Most popular New York City tourist attractions and landmarks. Is the internet gonna be super slow in here? Cause the thing.
shouldn't be. I mean, it might be if you're streaming.
You're streaming. Oh man, nobody's watching anymore.
No, nor should they be. I think my audio's better now.
We lost half our viewers. Should we redo that intro?
The whole beginning part?
Yeah.
Good.
I don't know. I just feel like this isn't very good, right?
It's hot. It's so hot.
I know, but you have to. We gotta do this, even if it's hot.
Tim, everybody's watching.
I know. Let's get some enthusiasm, man.
All right. I feel a little bit better now that window's open.
Do you want to slap each other a few times? You want
For the camera? No.
No, to get us psyched up.
Oh, it's not gonna get me psyched up getting slapped. That's gonna make me want to stop doing it forever. I'm gonna get a beer. You want a beer?
No, I have a beer. Why don't we...
I've got some stuff to talk about.
Do you?
Yeah.
Because you said that before, and then you just talked about a man sitting on a motorcycle.
That wasn't bad. I mostly want something cold. No, because we were going to do this episode a while ago, so I've got some notes.
When does Ted Danson arrive? Good one.
How many thousand people we got watching?
Should we slap each other first?
No, we're not going to slap each other.
Slap me.
No, you got a beard. I'm going to hurt myself.
Smart. There's all sorts of things hidden in here.
Yeah. Pull away a bloody stump.
All right.
All right. Well, I got some. How far in are we?
Fucking 9 minutes.
All right, so we're halfway done. We put the filter on to make it half the speed. Well, I've got a list of like touristy things, and then I got a list of like things that are good that I think to do. I thought we'd talk about those.
Things that you think are good?
Yeah. Like touristy things.
Off the beaten path?
Not really even. You got some off the beaten path stuff you can
No. I don't do anything in New York.
do all your things out of town. Well, we can talk about that.
When you're in New York, you should stay in your apartment and watch Arrested Development. That's my suggestion. All right, ready?
Yeah.
While you're in New York, you could do worse than masturbating. What?
No, I'm just looking at it. I'm wondering if you streaming it is taking too much bandwidth.
So how do I find, I just wanted to see the comments, Tom.
I can see the comment. If you log in to the, do you have the YouTube login?
Yeah, maybe. Probably not. I don't even really give a shit.
Well, I've got it here. I can kind of keep an eye.
I don't want you. You're not focused
Or
anyway, man.
You know what you can do? You can load it up on your iPad because then it won't play the video, but it will show you the comments, I think.
Oh, really?
I think.
Can I pause the video and the comments will still load?
I think so.
I don't really fucking care either way. All right. Ready? You wanna do it?
All right, Tim. Let's, enough of the silliness that you wanted to talk about with the guy riding the motorcycle. I don't even know.
Tom, you wanted to talk about that.
I wasn't paying attention.
That story didn't make any sense.
It made sense. I wouldn't say it didn't make sense. It was just uninteresting, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know why you thought that was interesting. I thought you were going to talk about, like, oh, there was a Lamborghini here.
Something interesting like a Lamborghini.
Yeah.
Do you remember years ago when we were both living in Greenpoint? There was a Lamborghini in the neighborhood.
It was my favorite thing that ever happened.
There was just a guy who had a Lamborghini. He would park it on the street.
I don't even know if a guy owned it because it was just parked there on the street. This idiot owned a Lamborghini, parked it on the streets of Greenpoint, and just left it there for everybody to go up and touch.
Yeah.
I touched that Lamborghini. Did you touch a Lamborghini?
I don't think I thought I was afraid.
I was afraid I was going to set off an alarm.
Yeah.
But, and it was like talk of the town. Like we went out to the bar that night and everybody was like, yo, did you see the Lamborghini over on Eckford? Mm-hmm. It's like, yeah, I saw the Lamborghini on Eckford,
wait, you think
idiot.
I'm blind?
Think I don't have Twitter? This was pre-Twitter. Just kidding, everybody.
Well, Tim, my point being, let's get into the topic at hand today.
Okay.
Which is not how hot it is, even though that's,
Tom, you're going to have to get over the fact that it's hot, all right? It's prevalent. Hot. we're professionals here. We make a lot of money doing this. And I think you should just get over it, get your game face on, and let's talk some New York City tourism.
Well,
Yes?
I was going to build up to that, but all right. All right, so we're talking about New York City tourism. Why is that, Tim?
Because we get so many emails.
Yeah.
Hey, Tim and Tom, I'm coming to New York. What should I do when I'm in New York?
Mm-hmm.
To which I generally answer, I don't answer emails generally. If I was to write an email, I'd be like, I don't know, look up things on the internet.
Yeah.
It's like
I would say
the Statue of Liberty, I guess.
it's probably one of the most common questions that we get, right?
Yeah, as if like...
We don't get that many common questions. Oh, there's a dog barking now. We don't get that many common questions, but...
Yeah, I would think if one listened to our show enough, they'd realize we don't really do anything exciting.
Yeah, but we both lived in New York City for a while now.
Yeah, but what's the most exciting thing you've ever done in New York City?
The most exciting thing I've ever done in New York City.
What the hell is going on in here, man?
Just a
Is
lot
there
of
an
noise.
exorcism going on downstairs?
There might be. I don't know. The most exciting thing I've ever done in New York City? I don't know. I've seen some pretty good movies.
Yeah. I saw, the one time I saw a man sit on a motorcycle that wasn't his.
Wow, only in New York.
Yeah.
That's one of those only in New York stories you hear about.
That and, like, try to find a Lamborghini parked somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
That's that's the most exciting thing ever.
All right. Well, this Tim, I have a plan to divide and conquer. How we tell people what to do, where to go, where not to go. Sometimes just as important, right?
All right, yeah.
So the first thing I've got a list of touristy places,
Okay.
and I want to know like these aren't necessarily bad. These aren't necessarily good. These are just like when you think New York and you think where do tourists go, these are the places.
Okay.
First place, Tim, right off the bat, Times Square.
Times Square. The Great White Way. Broadway is.
Right.
Bad start. Start over. We'll take it from Times Square.
Times Square.
Ah, the heart of it all.
Yep. Good. You got it that time.
Walt Disney World.
Well, it's owned by
It's not- they own a lot of the-
they
yeah.
own a lot of the buildings.
You
or
know,
some-
I really cannot stand those people that are like, "Ooh, Times Square's been Disneyfied."
Mhm.
It's like, yeah, it's full of like family friendly, annoying, like just garbage attractions.
Well, a lot of lights.
A lot of lights, and it's. But before then, it was like you'd get stabbed, or
Right.
like a whore would cough on your face or something.
Right. Or sometimes worse, Tim.
Yeah.
I don't think you know what a prostitute does.
Well, no, I mean unsolicited.
Oh, okay.
Like
Okay.
when these women of the night or whatever would come up to you, a lot of times they weren't. This is a common story.
Tim,
a lot of times they
do you
weren't.
buy prostitutes to have them cough in your face? Is that a thing?
No, it's when they approach a potential John, Tom. But they're so
A John in the making.
But these ones in Times Square were so gnarly that they often had respiratory infections, and they'd be like, "You looking for a good?" And then they'd like pock up God knows what all over your nose.
Yeah, I kind of hate the people who are like, I like Times Square before Giuliani. It was gritty. It was like, yeah, that was a bad place. And I like it when it was gritty. When I would only go through there maybe once a year and be like, yikes, while people were, addicted to drugs and prostituting themselves. And
If this is going to turn into another pro-Giuliani rant, Tom, I'm not going to sit here and listen to it.
well, I'm just saying, you never hear anyone say, oh, I miss it. I miss when Times Square was kind of gritty. And they have any personal stories themselves that are like, oh, I used to hang out there all the time. It's like,
Yeah,
no, I just...
Well, if you ever do see like an old-timer say that,
not
I
like,
used
"Oh,
to
I
hang
got-"
out there because I was a scumbag.
Right, exactly.
I was there robbing people. Yeah, me and the boys could rob people
Yeah,
real easily there.
we were pickpockets.
Yeah. We'd hold a knife to an elderly gentleman's throat. That's what they'd say.
So-
And you know what I hate? The people like 30 and under who are like, man, this city's
they don't remember
too
it.
safe. Yeah, not even Times Square. It's just like, oh, everything in the city's so safe now. It's like, yeah, no shit. That's why you live here, because you're not getting stabbed all the time.
Right.
Sorry you don't want to live in slums.
Yeah, if you want to go live
Idiot.
somewhere dangerous, you can. It's usually cheaper.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that that everything that has been done in New York City in the last 25 years has been is necessarily been positive,
Right.
but these people that
It's a net positive.
and these people that were raised in suburbia and then came here afterwards, and a lot of them their parents are paying their bills and stuff. It's
Right.
like, oh, it's not gritty enough here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? You wouldn't last 10 seconds. You'd cry and curl up in the fetal position, and then a street sweeper would
Just sweep you away. That's
sweep
used to
you
what
away.
happened.
Yeah, they sweep you right into the gutter.
Mm-hmm.
Happens all the time. It's the age-old sweeping story.
So Times Square, there's a lot of places in Times Square. You have a season membership to Madame Tussauds Wax Museum, if I'm not mistaken.
It's
right?
my favorite. Actually, my favorite museum in New York is the Ripley's Believe It or Not Museum.
Mm-hmm.
But a close second is Madame Tussauds.
Have you ever been to the Ripley's Believe It or Not Museum?
No, I haven't.
I've been to Ripley's Believe It or Not Museum.
Yeah.
Yeah, it stinks.
Did you believe it?
Yeah, I believed everything I saw. Well, I didn't believe everything I saw because they didn't really have anything. They have,
You think you're going to see like weird brains in jars and stuff,
yeah,
right?
they don't have that. They've got, here's how tall the tallest man was. We made a plastic version of him.
Yeah, and I believe that. Here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Now that we have the internet, we have a lot more access to like the weirdest stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't need a 1920s style carny coming in and be like, step right up and you can read about weird stuff in here, and we've got pictures of it.
Well, that's one of those places though. They don't even have like a carny. Maybe they do on like a Saturday night or something. But everything's robots. I don't think there's a single person that works there. You know, they've got an animatronic
It's all
carny
robots?
outside. Yeah, an animatronic carny going, "Rawr, come on in.
Can you interact with him?
You can, but, it's not going to change what they say back to you.
It's one of those.
Yep.
if the cutting edge research into artificial intelligence was being done by the people running the Ripley's Believe It or Not Museum, that's something I would not believe.
Wait, say it again?
Never mind, it's too hot in here.
I've never been to Madame Tussauds Wax Museum, though. I think I went one. I there was one time where I was by it, and I was like, this would be a fun lark. Like, let me go in there. And tickets were like $75.
Yeah, it's not. And again, this is.
It wasn't that much, but it was no exaggeration. I think like $30 or $40.
This is something like that is also a holdover from olden times, where it's like, ooh, glamour. I can see these people that I'd never ever see.
Right.
Now we got these people throwing bongs out of windows.
Mm-hmm.
Tom, you can see them anytime. Just head down to the police station and look in the lineup.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Topical humor, Tim. What about the M&M store? Have you gone to the M&M store?
Tom, I vomited in the M&M store.
You vomit in too many places.
This was only because of the
You ate too many M&Ms.
No, the pretzel M&Ms, which they had just come out when I went to the M&M store, and it was so crowded. It's so hot in there, and I was trying on this leather jacket it was a yellow leather jacket. It was like a motorcycle jacket, but it was bright yellow. And on the back, it had the yellow. No, like the face of the yellow M&M.
Oh,
you know
okay.
that guy? Like I think he's the doofy one in the commercial. It's like,
Yeah.
"Boo." Because there's a chemical in the yellow M&Ms that cause brain damage, and that's why they made him.
I didn't
Just
know
like
that.
the green M&M is the sexy one, because that chemical made ladies go wild. So I had this big heavy. I was walking around the store in this big heavy.
Yeah, which I probably don't like.
Yeah, no, they didn't like it. And then I was taking, I I don't know. My bit was, because it was being hilarious, was like I was getting as much stuff like I was gonna buy it all. Just like,
you were there alone.
yeah. And there were like 4 floors. The M&M store is huge.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't
I've never
believe the
been in it.
merchandise there. Tom, they have leather jackets based on these M&M's characters.
Wow.
And they don't... And then there's like this one part where there's all along the walls, there are dispensers. And you can get every color that you can imagine M&M. Which is just like, yeah, I know about colors.
Yeah, I know a food dye. You can make
Yeah.
that in different colors.
That's cool. And then the pretzel M&Ms had just come out, so they had a big thing of them, and I was like, "Oh, great, pretzel M&Ms! They want to get us hooked. These must be free." So I stuffed a few bags in my pockets. Turns out they weren't free.
Right, yeah.
So that's when the security guard came up
You
to
want
me.
to get us hooked. What?
Well, new product. I thought it was like, we're rolling this out, and as our thank you to you guys for coming in,
Take as many as you can.
take as many as you'd like, and which I always take to mean take as many as you can.
Right. And you had stuffed these in the pockets of your leather jacket, or
That, and I was wearing, well, no, because I knew I wanted to leave with them.
Right.
I was
You weren't
planning
gonna
on
buy.
taking the leather jacket off,
Uh-huh.
but I don't think the security guard realized this. I think he just saw me like holding like 3 pillows, in the shapes of M&Ms, wearing this leather jacket. I was probably wearing a hat or a visor of an M&M, and then just shoving all these pretzel M&Ms into my pocket. And the security guard asked me to leave, and he actually kind of ripped the jacket off of
Whoa.
me. Of course, I yelled, "Assault! Assault!" I didn't actually. I was actually quite embarrassed at this point.
I can imagine.
And I just ripped open one of the bags and like tried to eat them all,
Mm-hmm.
and they tasted like vomit.
Yeah.
So I threw up into my hand a little
What?
bit
Oh, that's gross.
because I wasn't
They
expecting.
don't taste that bad. I've had them. They taste like pretzel M&Ms.
Yeah, maybe this was a bad batch, Tom.
Yeah, maybe that's why they were free.
That's so. Anyway, if you're headed to New York, I would highly recommend heading to the M&M store.
Have you ever had the peanut butter and jelly M&Ms?
No.
Those taste like they taste like
Why do you need to put jelly in that equation? Peanut butter M&Ms are God's greatest creation.
yeah, they taste
God
like
makes M&Ms.
yeah. They taste like something's gone wrong. They taste like
Like, you got peanut butter and jelly in my M&Ms. You got M&Ms in my peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah.
Something's gone wrong.
Well, because-
But oh so right.
it's just a very the jelly, the strawberry jelly in it is very chemically tasting.
Ooh.
Like, there just wasn't enough room for them to put any jelly in there. So they were like, just put in this chemical that tastes like how jelly, the consistency of jelly. Doesn't have the consistency of jelly, but tastes like the consistency of jelly. That's what it was. And it was terrible. I bought a bunch of those at there was like a 99-cent store or something that was just selling like boxes of them. I think they put them out for like a week.
Right.
And then they were like, just send them off to the 99-cent store. And to be, clear, Tim, an individual bag was 99 cents because that's a fair price for a bag of M&Ms. It was cheaper than that. I think they were like 10 cents a bag or something. I think they had expired a couple of years before too.
Yeah, I don't know. So I wouldn't go to the M&M store.
Would you go anywhere in Times Square?
I would go see a Broadway play.
Well, Tim, I was going to bring up Broadway.
Oh, so should we?
Times Square, I will give it this. If it's late at night, it's pretty cool looking. Like, if you're not from like a big city, even if you're from another city, if you're not from a big city, it's a fascinating thing to see, right?
Times Square?
Yeah.
Yeah, but in that way that it's like, ooh, we are a disgusting civilization.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still interesting to see.
The same way, like, if I went to Las Vegas,
'Cause
I
it's like
think
yeah.
I'd have to, like, leave after 4 minutes just because I'd be so disgusted with
Right,
how
but some
wasteful
people-
and
some-
shitty it is there.
Some people love Las Vegas.
Yeah, and those people are idiots.
Have you ever been to Las Vegas?
No, because
So how
it's
do you know?
garbage there.
It's not garbage there, Tim. They got Siegfried and Roy. And they've
Not
got-
anymore.
No,
Roy
I
was
think
almost killed, Tom.
Yeah, but they're still doing stuff, I think.
Not with tigers.
Yeah, with tigers probably.
Really?
Yeah.
Roy's an idiot.
I don't
You're
know. I
tempting
could be
fate.
wrong.
If Roy is out there still poking at tigers,
That's not
he
what the
deserves
show is.
whatever he gets. Because look, he did not deserve to get mauled. Nobody
Right.
deserves to get mauled by a tiger. Let
Not
me
even
be
Hitler.
clear. Now you're putting
Jeez, I
words
can't
in my
believe
mouth.
you said that.
Jesus, Tom. Yeah. Nobody except Hitler and Mussolini.
I was gonna say what
what about
what
Mussolini?
about Stalin?
Stalin?
Yeah.
Yeah, he should. All right, all the bad guys, all the traditional bad guys.
All the traditional bad guys.
You know who else
All
could
the
get?
popular bad guys.
You know who else could get mauled by a tiger for all I care?
Who?
Coney.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's the new bad guy.
Yeah.
New bad guy on the
He's
street.
so last year though.
Yeah, he's so 2012.
I see those like people still have those like bumper stickers and
Uh-huh.
stuff. I'm just like,
Update
get
him.
with the times, guys.
Yeah.
It's not 2012 anymore.
Yeah, figure out a new bad guy for this year.
You idiots.
Who
Who do you think the bad guy's going to be next year?
I don't know. It's anyone's game. The field's wide open. What about the Statue of Liberty, Tim?
Here's the thing with the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah.
I feel like they cut her balls off.
She doesn't have balls. She's
Yeah,
a lady,
you-
Tim. She's Lady Liberty, so watch your mouth.
It used to be awesome to go there.
Yeah.
But now I hear all these things like you have to get basically a strip search before you can go anywhere near that thing.
It's not a strip search, but there's a lot of security because it's a
Yeah.
big target.
Yeah, I understand
Terrorist
that.
target. Yeah.
So I guess
Although it's a big terrorist target, but I mean, it's just a symbolic target. You know, like I guess they're worried about somebody getting up there with a explosive or something and
you
blowing up the bomb.
You blow the head off Lady
Blow-
Liberty.
blown- yeah.
That's like that's the most symbolic thing you could ever do to harm.
Yeah.
You know what? Jerry Bruckheimer screwed up, huh?
What?
Because in the 90s, he was like, in this movie, we're gonna blow up the White House, and in this movie, didn't he blow up another famous landmark or something? And like that was gonna be his signature thing.
Blowing up landmarks?
Yeah, like the aliens come or whatever,
Yeah.
and then it's like, oh. We can't put that stuff in movies anymore. That would really be in poor taste.
Well, Cloverfield, the monster rips the head off the Statue of Liberty.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Does he wear it as a mask?
No, he doesn't wear his mask.
Oh, in Ghostbusters, Lady Liberty
Saves the day.
saves the
Helps
day.
save the day.
Is that one or two?
Saving the day. Saving the day.
That was two,
That's a
right?
song. Oh, yeah.
Because they
it's
put
two.
the pink
slime,
all
yeah.
over it,
Mhm.
and then they put on the
Yeah.
Your love is taking me higher. But is it that song? That's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
the only song that the slime.
It does the slime. It responds to vibes. So good or bad. That's
I feel you.
you
Like
put
me.
you put on some 9 Inch Nails or some Rage Against the Machines, and it's gonna get mad.
Right.
So they put on some uplifting music. Yeah, I think there is a way you can still get you can still like go into it and like climb up to the crown, but you have to like reserve in advance, and they only let like a group of 12. I went on like a 7th or 8th grade field trip, and we got to go up, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
It was terrifying though. Did you do this?
Yeah, I got all freaked out because you can't like. There's not like an up.
It's one
and
big
down.
spiral
Yeah.
staircase. Yeah, that goes in a loop. So you go all the way up, you go to the crown, you get like 3 seconds to look out a window, and then you have to go down, and you go down the other side of that spiral staircase. And that's a single file spiral staircase. So if you're halfway up and you decide you don't like this and you want to leave,
And you're claustrophobic.
yeah, everybody else behind you, hundreds of people, would have to turn around,
I don't like that
for you
kind
to
of
go
pressure.
down.
I don't
Yeah.
like that one bit. But it was awesome when I went. It was before I had like all my various anxieties.
Yeah. But I would say nowadays it's probably not worth going just because it would take up a lot of time, you know? Like it takes a half a day to get out there.
Yeah, but
to
I don't know.
Ellis
I haven't
Island.
been there recently enough to talk crap because it's like
If you've got the time, do it.
it's such an iconic thing. You wanna like it's like
It's
going
pretty
to
cool when
France
you-
and
when
you're
you-
not gonna go to the Eiffel Tower
Yeah.
because the line's too long.
It's pretty cool when you get there because it's big, but when you see it out on the harbor or whatever, you're like, it's pretty big. But once you get up closer, like, holy shit, this thing's huge.
Here's the thing about
It's made out of pennies.
It's made out of pennies.
Well, it's made out of copper.
Yeah. How did it turn green? That's oxidation or something?
Yeah, I think so.
That was poor planning. Nice job, French.
France.
Um,
Because it used to be copper colored, right?
Yeah. I just have one beef with Ghostbusters 2. They put the pink slime all around her, and then they play the music, and she starts walking.
Right.
You mean to tell me that when they built that thing, they built the dress or the robe, and then under it they built legs? No, there's no legs under there. Who's walking? Nobody. You can't get that thing to walk. I don't care how much pink slime you have.
Well, I mean, to be fair, Tim, it's a pretty far-fetched concept to begin with. And they do talk about, possibly padding the feet, that, like, the vibrations might be too much. I think when it's walking, like, the whole thing's kind of moving. I don't think there necessarily are that, like, the robe is swinging free of the legs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but how would it walk, Tom? How would it walk?
Because it still has the...
Does it have feet? Or does
Yeah,
the
it's
robe
got
go to
feet.
the
No,
ground?
it's got feet. It's got
like
sandals
sandals,
on.
yeah. Okay, all right, you know what?
You take it back.
Take it back.
All makes sense now.
Dan Aykroyd, you're all right in my book.
What about the High Line, Tim? The High Line Park.
I guess it's good. I've been there.
It's pretty cool, right?
Yeah, it's a park on a old thing.
On an old, what was it, subway line?
From what I
Above ground
understand,
subway?
drugs are legal on it.
Oh, it's like international waters?
I think
You're
so.
above the city, so it's fine?
From the amount of people that I've seen doing drugs on the High Line,
Yeah.
I have to assume that it must be legal. Because I've only been there a couple times, and it's been like in
Like
the third season or fourth season of The Wire. It's like Hamsterdam,
Mm-hmm.
where like it was just like
No,
we're
The
just
Wire.
not gonna criminalize anything. Do whatever you want here, but
Yeah.
just keep it away from normal society.
You know what I was seeing a video of the other day? Somebody put a video online of like, I don't know, like early, mid-90s Daft Punk playing a rave. But the rave was like in the middle of nowhere, like, cornfields or whatever in Wisconsin.
Okay,
How the hell did they get enough people to go to that?
because rave kids will go to anything.
Yeah, I guess, right?
You get
like
you
would
get
just,
far enough in the sticks.
Yeah.
And you just tell everybody a week ahead of time.
Yeah.
It could be up to 200 miles away. You just tell them something's going on there.
Yeah.
There's going to be something going on. And they'll be like, well, this I have to see. Because usually everywhere, nothing's going on, you see.
Yeah, but there was like enough rave kids, and it's like, were there enough rave kids in Wisconsin?
They
I
don't
guess
even
if
have
you
to be
take the whole
rave kids.
state.
You don't
Yeah, no, but these were rave kids.
You
I
just
watched them,
become- you
Tim. They
know-
were really good with the glow sticks and everything.
Yeah,
They knew
they'll-
what they were doing.
They'll do whatever you tell them to at that point. You could be like, oh, we're gonna go there and punch goats in the face. And you'd be like, wow, these guys are the best goat
Yeah, but
in the face punchers you've ever seen.
But they might not be that good at them. These rave kids are pretty good at being rave kids. They have
Let's-
pacifiers and everything.
Let me tell you something, Tom. It's
Yeah.
not that hard to be a rave kid.
You can't do those big raves in the middle of nowhere in Wisconsin anymore because of the internet, huh? Like, too many people will tell, and then like the sheriff will find out. And be like,
Yeah.
what's going on in here?
Yeah, he'll come in with this flashlight, be like,
Yeah.
I don't like this rave culture.
Yeah. Well, I guess there was probably too, like...
I wouldn't want to rave in my neighborhood.
Well...
I wouldn't want kids raving.
Yeah, if I had a lot of acres of farmland, I wouldn't care. Let them rave. That's what
no,
I say.
You'd be on the hook for some drug deaths, Tom.
No, I'd make sure there's like a lot of water out there for them.
Water doesn't cure a drug overdose, Tom.
It'd be fine. Sleep it off. I'd come out there with some coffee in the morning.
Sleep it off, but sleep on your side. Don't sleep on your back.
Yeah. What about the Empire State Building?
That's a crock. Don't go there. But here's what I learned. It's open every night, the observation deck,
Yeah.
until 2 in the morning.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. But how come, occasionally, Tom, we'll go to the comedy show, or we'll even perform in a comedy show around Midtown.
Yeah.
And
I go to a lot of raves around there.
Tom, there's no raves in New York City. Shut up.
Not that you know about.
Yeah, the cops will shut it down, and then we'll have nothing to do.
Sorry.
God, jeez, Tom. Why don't we just go to the top of the Empire State Building?
Well, you still have to pay to get up there.
Yeah, it probably
right?
costs like $30,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. You get up there drunk, and they'll be like, "Are you drunk? You're gonna fall off."
No, I'm not saying get drunk in it, and you can't fall off. There's a lot of.
Well, if you hop over the 3 fences, you could.
There was a guy that wore a fake fat suit, much like the one that I wore to the M&M store to hide merchandise in, much like was featured in the Jane's Addiction Been Caught Stealing video. And in that fat suit, he had a parachute.
Oh.
And he tried to hop the fence.
He tried to do
and
that.
And do like a base jump.
Base jumping.
And he failed.
Yeah. Total fail.
Yeah, epic fail. Tom.
Epic fail.
Yeah. The security guards grabbed him with, epic fail, bro.
Epic fail, dude.
Grumpy Cat doesn't approve.
How far do you get? Because there are like 3 fences, right?
Yeah, and they're like
and
those
kinds
of
that claw over the top, so you got like, you can't get over those fences.
I mean, if you're that determined, I don't know. Maybe if you take a lot of those bath salts.
See and I've watched videos.
You need superhuman strength. You need because you figure you're gonna have
yeah, but you still want to make sure that you're of the right mind to pull the ripcord.
Right, exactly. So I don't think it's possible because you need to do enough of a crazy illicit drug that will ruin your life. To figure you'll probably have to throw 5 full-grown men off you at some point, right? And then have your wits about you enough to climb all 3 fences and then deploy the chute at the right time.
Yeah.
And then, look, your troubles aren't over once you hit the ground. Your troubles are just beginning, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Because then you're in Midtown. Try getting anywhere.
Try getting a cab.
Try getting a cab to get away.
Don't
tell them you're going to Brooklyn, that's for sure. Am I right?
Well,
oh, and be white.
I'm sure, too, that's the kind of... you base jump off a building in New York City, like NYPD will just charge you with murder or something. They'll just be like, we'll just 2nd-degree murder, 30 years in prison. Like you'll probably get they'll throw terrorist charges at you.
Oh yeah,
and those things are. There's no limit.
From
They'll
what
be like
I
life in jail.
Yeah, they don't even need to give you a trial at that point.
Right. Do you see the video that this guy who did that jumped I think it was like in Rio and went between 2 buildings in a squirrel suit?
What? There's too many of these.
I like the squirrel suit videos.
Daredevils jumping off things.
I'd watch if there was a TV channel of just people in squirrel suits doing crazy things. As long as they didn't get hurt, I'd watch it. I don't there was one where a guy got hurt. He clipped his leg on a cliff or whatever.
See,
and,
this is Roy. How much sympathy are you gonna have?
Oh yeah.
The outpouring of support for Roy when he got mauled by a tiger after he's been poking at a tiger for 25 years.
Who the hell is Roy?
Making millions. He made more money than you could even imagine having just poking at tigers for decades. And then one tiger finally gets fed up with it, and then everybody's like, oh, Roy's a hero. Yeah, nobody except for Hitler, Mussolini, Stalin, and Coney, and evildoers everywhere deserves to get mauled by a tiger. But at some point, man, these tigers are a ticking time bomb. Stop poking them.
Well,
would you poke a ticking time bomb?
Well, if tigers were, if tigers were like dogs, you can't go to Vegas and have a a Vegas show that's essentially the same act as Siegfried and Roy, but with dogs, because there's no danger there.
Right.
You could try. We should probably try.
All right.
We should probably have a show that's just the same as Siegfried and Roy, but with really cool dogs.
Oh, man. Just like Wonder Dogs.
Yeah.
We won't poke at them, though.
No. I don't think... Stopping there. I don't think they poke at him.
It says the feed is broken. Keeps cutting out.
No.
What happened?
I think it's fine.
What was
I think
that?
that person's a liar.
What was that error message that came up?
That error message was nothing.
What was it?
That error message had nothing to do with it.
What
It,
did
it
it
was
say?
about feedback.
Now here's the time where we stop and just gather ourselves. We're at Tom, by the way. We're 40 minutes in.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna get another beer.
Do it.
I'm gonna come back. We'll do
Give
an
me a beer too,
Yeah.
and bring in the opener.
we'll,
Slave.
we'll do an audible. I have a book. I actually downloaded. Here, this is gonna be. I actually downloaded an Audible book. I've been listening to it.
Well, save it.
I think you might have suggested it already.
That's fine.
Whatever.
Somebody on Twitter, this guy Adam Lee, Tim, posted a picture of himself watching us.
Well done, Adam. Well done. This is gonna make people hate the show.
Yeah, that's fine. It's fine by me. Don't you guys hate Tim? He's such an asshole. Those are brownies. That was to Tim, not to you guys. They aren't marijuana brownies, if that's what you mean, Tim. Jeez. Trying to run a business here.
We might have to make this a two-parter because I think we should do a couple Tim and Tom solve your problems. Right?
Yeah, sure. Hey, Tim, anything you want, you know? That's the kind of fair guy I am. And everybody says the feed's broken.
You want me to test it?
I mean,
Don't tell him you're going to Brooklyn, that's for sure, am I right?
Well,
looks like it's working.
That's so. How long's the delay?
Pretty long. That was a while ago, right?
that's the kind of you base jump off a building in New York City, like NYPD will just charge you with murder or something. Goes back and we'll just second-degree murder.
Tell people to refresh
30 years in prison. Like you,
Right.
I mean, you'll probably get they'll throw terrorist charges at you.
Oh, yeah.
And those things are.
Somebody wrote, I haven't seen a short sleeve button up like that since Apollo 13.
Oh, what?
Short sleeve button up shirt.
Oh, yours?
Apollo
Apollo 13. Pretty good.
In a squirrel suit.
There's too many of these
I like the squirrel suit videos.
daredevils jumping off things.
I'd watch. There's a TV channel just people in squirrel suits doing crazy things.
Tell them something.
I'm trying to pull it up. I can't do it on here.
I don't like. There was one where a guy got hurt. He like clipped his leg on like a cliff or whatever.
See,
And,
this is like
he was-
Roy. This is like, how much sympathy you gonna have? Like,
Oh yeah,
the
yeah.
outpouring of support for Roy when he got mauled by a tiger after he's been poking at a tiger for 25 years,
Who the hell is Roy?
making millions, make more money than you could even imagine having, just poking at tigers for decades. And then one tiger finally gets fed up with it, and then everybody's like, oh, Roy's a hero. Like, yeah, nobody except for Hitler, Mussolini,
just stops here.
Stalin, and Coney,
Uh-huh.
and evildoers everywhere deserves to get mauled by a tiger. But at some point, man, these stop poking them.
Well,
Would you poke a ticking time bomb?
Well, if tigers were, if tigers were like dogs, you can't go to Vegas and have a
Stopped.
Broadway show.
No, I
not
just
Broadway,
fast-forwarded
Vegas
it.
show. That's essentially the same act as Siegfried and Roy, but with dogs, because there's no danger there.
Right.
You know what it is? I think. I don't know how to fix this.
It was doing weird things for a second, but it's working now. According to Jay Hars.
Yeah, I think I know what's happening.
What?
I think I've got this set too high because it's like pausing but then catching up, and I think it's that this is not getting it out there quickly enough. You know what I mean?
So what do we have to do?
I'll try changing the settings. There should be something up there, but with crap audio right now. Hi, everyone. Hold on, we're trying to figure this out. is it one? No.
God damn it.
What?
Homer Bailey sucks.
Who?
Homer Bailey,
Who's
pitcher for the Reds. Screwing me.
Fantasy?
Yes.
Screwing up your fantasy?
Get out of here.
Oh, I think it's working. Yeah, it's working again. All right, I think it's working again. Well, this can be like the guide to things not to do. or maybe just like popular, because I've still got, let's see.
This will be part 1. We'll do part 2 another time.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, all right, we can figure it out later. But I've still got like well, maybe this will give time for us to find some hidden gems. Hidden gems for tourist places to look at.
Yeah, we'll do that next time.
There's a real behind. This is how two-parters get decided, guys.
Yeah, you just saw it. I don't think anybody's watching anymore, Tom.
I'm sure there's probably a few thousand left watching.
All right. We
What time
could
is it?
probably actually use an intern.
2 in the morning in England. I'm sure a
Yeah.
bunch of people are still up.
Glad you guys stuck around. We're going to do another Audible commercial.
Okay. All you this week.
Hey, everybody. This week's episode of The Complete Guide, as you know, is brought to you by Audible, where if you go to tcgte.com/audible,
Yep.
what you can do is sign up for a free 30-day trial, and that gets you an audiobook, Tom,
Yeah.
for free.
I know.
And guess what?
What?
I actually do this thing. Like I've signed up for Audible,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm listening to this Stephen King book that I think you might have recommended on this. in
Which
the
one?
past. 11/22/63.
Oh, man. Yeah.
It's about time travel, which you love, and which I'm really into, and it's about the JFK assassination and JFK, which I'm really into, history.
Yeah.
It's great. It's amazing, and it's changed my life. I drive a lot every day, Tom.
Yeah.
So this is the best thing. If you have a commute, this is the best thing ever.
How far in are you? Because it is a long one, right? It's like 17, 18 hours.
It's 30 hours, Tom.
Jeez,
you get
30
hours.
hours
of entertainment for free.
Yeah,
it's
that's
it's like a year's worth of this episode, right? Almost a year's worth of this episode, and plus it's like intelligent and compelling and like just super entertaining.
Because that's unabridged, right? That's the whole thing.
Yeah, and I'm only
because I read the book, and the book's like yay thick.
Yeah,
and I'm holding my fingers about as far apart as I can get them.
I'm 3 hours.
That's like
in.
2 seasons of a TV show.
Yeah, it's awesome, and so
You're only 2 hours in.
3.
3 hours in? Oh,
yeah.
God, it gets really good.
I know. And like, I'm just like, when can I be back in the car so I can listen to this thing? Like, it's...
You were sitting outside in your car for an hour before you came in today to record. That explains it.
So you can get that for free, or any other of the 100,000 plus audiobooks at Audible. If you go to tcgte.com/audible, and you should do it today.
Yeah.
And now back to the show. Now back to the Complete Guide to Everything program with your hosts, Tim and Tom, already in progress.
So, Tim, I got more places. What about Rockefeller Center? 30 Rock.
Rockefeller Records?
No, not Rockefeller Records. Are they in New York?
Yeah, man.
Where?
I don't know, but Jay-Z owns them.
Yeah, but They might still be in LA.
Rockefeller Center.
Yeah.
Everybody likes to go ice skating there.
Well, only when it's weather appropriate, weather permitting.
Yeah, of course.
Well, I'm just saying, don't go there in the summer thinking you can go ice skating.
No,
Tim,
but then
I
you
don't
get
wanna
some lunch at the
sell
cafe.
everybody a bad bill of goods at the cafe. I don't think I've ever gotten lunch there.
I haven't even been down there. I haven't been ice skating. If you're gonna propose to your girlfriend, everybody, don't do it at Rockefeller Center. People are trying to ice skate. You can do this thing where you can pay, and they'll like shut down. They'll like clear the ice for you, and that's gotta cost an absurd amount of money.
I don't think it's all that much.
How much do you think it is, though?
I think it's like less than $1,000. I'm gonna say it's $750.
Bullshit, really?
I think so.
But then at that point,
Look, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this just to mess
look,
with
I'm
somebody.
not looking to get married. However,
I know a good deal when I see one.
I don't know. People try to go all out with their engagement stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, who really cares with their proposal?
Well, who really cares? The person they're proposing to cares.
No, look,
who really cares?
what? Do you need some like some
I'll give
some flash mob and some goddamn marching band there, and then
Tim.
her entire family comes out, and we were the people that were standing on the steps the whole time, and like I was dressed as a hobo. Like,
No,
I hate that shit.
I agree with you. I'm anti flash mob engagements. I don't think it needs to be a big spectacle.
Why don't you just
I
say
think it
like,
should
hey,
be-
you want to get married?
And what's with this getting down on one knee? What am I, being knighted?
No, that's fine. Whatever. It's just that, like, everybody's just so goddamn narcissistic. Anybody who gets married ever just think it these days thinks it's like, oh, well, now it's like between 6 months and a year and a half of like everybody just eating our shit. And I'm sick of it. I don't care. I don't want to go to like the engagement parties and get them a gift and then get them another gift at their wedding. And these people, man, stop shutting down the ice skating rink.
Not every.
I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to make the Olympics one day.
trying to get
Chris.
better at ice skating, for goodness sake.
And it's not cheap to rent a pair of ice skates and traipse around Rockefeller Center for a while, and then they clear you out. So some jerk, some hedge fund dick, they proposes to his horrible girlfriend.
Then you were gonna say something else there for a second. All right, so you're saying don't go to Rockefeller Center because maybe somebody's going to get proposed to and it's going to ruin everything.
You know what I do recommend?
What's that?
The NBC studio tour at Rockefeller Center.
Oh, yeah, I've never been on that.
It's fun. Although I went when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And it was like the big draw of it was like, well, I went when I was a kid, and they bring you by the Saturday Night Live studio.
Yeah.
And I was psyched. Because I like at this point in my life I knew like when the rehearsals were like oh, I know that they sound check the bands on Saturday mornings at 11 a.m. and stuff, and Pearl Jam was performing and like it was one of their rare appearances. It was for their Vitology record, so like I don't even think they toured because of that Ticketmaster thing.
Oh yeah,
they were like reclusive
Ticketmaster
and stuff. And I was like, yes, going on the tour, and we're gonna go through the thing, and I'm gonna get to see like Pearl Jam soundcheck, and like this will be the yeah, no, they said this is not for you, that song, right? And I was like, this is gonna be great because this is my only chance, and I'll probably only see like 10 seconds of it, but like the tour exactly coincided with when I knew the soundcheck to be, and they were just like, and behind these doors is the Saturday Night Live studio. We can't bring you in there right now because there's a band sound checking.
Makes sense.
Yeah. And yeah, that was it. But then the big draw was like, oh, you can pretend to do the weather in front of this green screen.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, but green screen, like, look, there's a green screen in every mall in America now, Tom.
Yeah.
I don't know that to be true, but I assume that to be true.
But they don't let you do that weather in them. They let you audition for American Idol or something.
Yeah, but then you don't even.
There was the last time I was in LA, there were some crazy things in that mall. But one Well, one was a tornado simulator that you could go inside. It was just it was like a phone booth that would just blow wind really hard. You pay, a few dollars to go in there. But one was like a green screen studio where it's like you can make, your karaoke video, your singing video. But it was like a little too fancy where you could tell they were like, oh, this will be fun for families, but we're also going to get some rubes who have moved out here thinking like...
This is where this is where all the clips from my reel will come from.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was nice. I mean, it was like pretty big as far as mall kiosks go. I've never been on that tour. I think my when he was younger, maybe like 12 or whatever, my brother went on that tour with my mom, and they got to like see a Saturday Night Live rehearsal.
Oh, really?
They were like brought in.
Jesus.
Like, I don't know.
And the other thing is, Tom, they don't even film Caroline in the City in New York.
Yeah,
so if you want to go and see Caroline, Richard, and the gang, nope.
Yeah, no, I've been
look elsewhere.
I've been telling you for years, Tim, that show's not even on the air anymore.
No, I see it like sometimes like late at night on TBS.
Yeah, no, those are reruns, and I don't think they even have those on anymore late at night on TBS. I don't think anybody watches Caroline.
Yeah, but I see them on VHS tape a lot, Tom.
Yeah, but those are old ones that you've recorded, Tim.
I just assumed if it was on my screen, it was happening live.
No, it's a common mistake. Not really a common mistake, but I could see how you could. Is that what
babies think when they see TV?
That it's happening. I think sometimes babies think that it's inside the TV. I know I've had dogs that think what's going on is going on the other side of the wall.
You know what? I bet really old people think that everything's live.
What?
Because at the time
everything was live.
Yeah, and it was like we're not even recording any of this stuff.
I don't think so.
I
mean, maybe
I wish they'd stopped recording I Love Lucy too.
I think, yeah, sure. Maybe people with dementia think it's going on live, or maybe they think...
We're talking about that Stephen King novel where he goes back in time.
Yeah.
What I would do if I could go back in time, I'd burn whatever warehouse they kept all the film of I Love Lucy in. Never had to watch that show again.
You don't have to watch it now, Tim.
My wife, she loves it.
She can't get enough.
She can't get enough of Lucy.
Eating bonbons, watching I Love Lucy all night.
On my dime, Tom.
Yeah.
I'm the guy busting my ass in this podcast studio. It's 1,000 degrees. I come home just to watch my wife watch I Love Lucy and eat bonbons in her moo-moo.
It's tough. It probably drives you out to the car to listen to 11/22/63.
Yeah. Hey, that's the one saving grace. My life.
It's this audiobook.
This audiobook. tcgte.com/audible.
I think we might have to make this a two-parter, Tim.
We should. Because there's like actual things I want to talk about in New York City.
Yeah, I mean, we covered like the basic stuff. And I don't think, we really didn't shit on any, like all this stuff's fine.
Yeah, do it. It's worth seeing.
Well,
it's worth going to the most famous parts of the most famous city in the world if you find yourself there.
Well, and like we were over in the UK and Ireland in March, and there were a bunch of things that we did that if you're there for a couple of days, it's like you gotta go see this shit because it's not anywhere else.
Shit, I never went to the Churchill bunker thing.
No.
Damn it. Yeah. That's all I wanted to do on that trip.
Oh, well,
do a bunch of goddamn shows. God damn it.
To be fair, that was my fault that I had lured you into, hey, you want to go to the Churchill bunkers, and you were real excited. And then once we got there, I was like, oh, yeah, we have to do these shows.
Yeah.
But then as soon as they're over, I swear, and then every night I had to keep up the same charade where we had to go all the way down there, and I'd be like, oh, it's closed. That's weird. They closed. It's only midnight.
Yeah, but then you say like, oh, but I hear, it's Wednesday, but I hear on Thursday it's open all night.
Yeah, that's when they do the...
It's like the observatory of the Empire State Building or something over here.
Yep.
Ridiculous. So yeah, we'll have actual, and the other things like Central Park, go there. It's a really nice park. The Bronx Zoo, go to that zoo. It's great. The Central Park Zoo. Any zoo you go to, unless it's in like Russia, is going to be fine, right?
Even Russia might be cool. They might have like weird animals.
If you
probably
want to
just
see
have
some
dogs
sick,
and cats.
yeah. Do you want to do the award-winning segment, Tim and Tom Solve Your Problems?
Sure.
Tim and Tom Solve Your Problems with your hosts, Tim and Tom. If you have a problem that you'd like us to solve, email us at thecompleteguidetoeverything@gmail.com.
Mm-hmm.
Tom,
Yeah.
this week's problem comes from a guy named Tom,
Whoa.
but it's not you. It
Are
might
you sure?
be. It might be your son. Do you have a son named Tom?
No.
All right, so I don't think it's your son. We solved one of his problems before.
Oh.
But he
great.
kinda
So we
got
gotta
screwed.
Loop around.
No, we kind of got screwed because we solved it on an After Dark episode, and we didn't even
okay.
tell him that we were solving it.
Yeah.
And so he wrote, "Hi, Tim and Tom. I only just discovered you solved one of my problems on an After Dark episode.
Everybody should buy those episodes just to see.
The episode with Jeff, my problem was that my friend saved my life while I ran away. Do you remember that? The bus was like careening off the cliff, and his friend jumped up and like pulled the emergency brake.
Yeah,
but this guy
yeah.
was just trying to sneak out the back while his friend died in the van.
Yeah. Well, it was like, was it a tourist bus or something?
It was something like that.
They were.
Everybody was gonna die, and this guy Tom decided, I'm gonna save myself.
I think it was like the bus driver had a heart attack or something
Yeah,
like that, and they were
something.
like on a cliffside road,
Yeah.
or at least that's what's. But yeah, and he was trying to run out the back to be the lone survivor, and his quick thinking friend, his hero friend, ran to the front and pulled
Risked
the
his
emergency
life
brake.
essentially to save him. To save
Saved
Tom.
everyone though.
Yeah. This problem is less dramatic, but also involves cowardice, because Tom is a coward.
Yeah,
Must be
noted coward.
It runs in Toms, huh?
That's not the way names work.
I work in a convenience store on Sunday mornings.
Mm-hmm.
On my most recent shift, a customer handed in a white iPhone telling me it had been left by the tills.
That's the
That's-
cash registers.
I thanked him and put it to one side. A few minutes later, a guy came in and told me that he had left his phone in the shop. I handed over the phone, happy to help.
Mm-hmm.
About an hour later, a girl approached me and explained that she had left her phone in the shop.
Mm-hmm.
It's a white iPhone, she explained. I hesitated as I realized what had happened. Luckily, I was quick to react as my instinctive cowardice took over. We haven't had anything handed in, I said. So if it's not there now, then I guess someone else must have taken it. The girl started crying. So you see, Tom lied to this girl.
Mm-hmm.
So far, there's not really a problem for me. The problem is that since this happened, I've told several friends about this, thinking it was a pretty solid story that would get some laughs.
What?
It's a pretty good story. The way that he's like, nope, no iPhones were handed in. Goodbye.
Uh-huh.
The reaction has not been great. Everyone seems to think I did something terrible. They've also pointed out something that didn't occur to me at the time. I could have checked the CCTV, the closed circuit television that records everybody doing everything in England,
Yeah.
to identify the
And
guy.
everyone has access to it.
Yeah. I could have checked the CCTV to identify the guy who took her phone and reported it to the police.
Mm-hmm.
Is it too late to go back and do that? It would mean explaining to my boss that I lied to the customer to avoid admitting my mistake. Realistically, I'm not going to do that, so my next problem is this. How do I convince my friends that I'm not a terrible person? And the final, most difficult problem, until telling other people about this, I didn't feel bad about it at all. Now I'm worried this means I am actually a bad person. So how do I stop being a bad person? Can I teach myself morality? Thanks, Tom.
You're welcome, Tim.
No. Tom, the other Tom,
Oh,
your
okay.
son, is thanking us.
Oh.
I don't know why he said thanks. He didn't say thanks, Dad, and Dad's friend.
So, well, you're gonna accuse me of being a coward, but to play devil's advocate or devil's coward,
Coward's advocate.
yeah, devil's coward.
Devilish coward's advocate.
He doesn't know for sure he did the wrong thing. Why does he assume that
He's being sexist.
yeah, that first guy was the one who fooled him, and that the girl was honest just because she cried.
Maybe they're in it together. Maybe
No.
they're in cahoots.
Yeah, they're trying to get Tom here to be like, all right, well, I'll come to the phone store, I'll buy you a new one.
Yeah, bam.
Yeah,
2
hundreds
phones
of
for the price
dollars.
of one.
Yeah.
So to be a better person, you should find that girl and buy her a new phone.
Yep. No, he should have. Well, I mean, what he should have done is, you're working a lost and found, man. You know, any kind of establishment. Lost and found, somebody lost a phone.
Well, he doesn't work in the lost and found.
But I'm
that's
saying
not his job.
there are very few places nowadays that have dedicated lost and found.
Yeah, that's what I'm
departments.
saying. But like, if this
But
would be
if
this
you-
would be a breach of his everything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure if he worked specifically in a lost and found, he would have been trained how to deal. Like if somebody left a phone, he would have like had to catalog it, and then somebody comes and there are questions that he'd have to ask before handing over the phone.
Right.
That's not the case. I don't think the burden should necessarily fall 100% to him, because he's just a guy. He's trying to ring people up. He's trying to keep things moving. He's trying to keep the milk stocked and get the sour milk out and make sure the freshest ones are in the back, and he's got a lot. And then somebody's like, here's an iPhone I found. He's like, I can't deal with this shit. Like, he should have just been like, well, leave it there. It's not my problem.
I've got enough balls in the air.
Yeah, exactly. Come on, man. This is a very delicate balance. All these, it's I don't know.
But I'm just saying, lost and found 101. You ask, what kind of phone is it? To see if they know.
Yeah, it seemed to me that
Because I don't know.
he realizes he fucked up, right? He realized he did
But
not
I
do
don't
his
know
due
if,
diligence.
I don't know if he did, though, because maybe there's just some guy who, because that's not a bad scam. You go into every convenience store and just go, I lost my phone. Did one get turned in? And you're going to wind up on, once in a while getting a dope like Tom who doesn't ask any other questions, just hands you a phone. And people are always turning phones there.
Well, you can even just go like, I
always-
left an iPhone here.
Yeah.
'Cause everybody has an iPhone, right?
What color is it? Well, there's only two, black or white.
And the majority of people have black.
Yeah, so.
But Tom didn't even ask that question.
Yeah. But I would just ask, well, what's your phone number? Because you can look up in the phone under settings what the phone number is. And then if somebody knows the phone number, you give it to them, conscience is clear.
Yeah, Tom, this is not his question. It's not like, how do I ask
No.
somebody in the future?
I don't think there's anything you can do at this point because let's be honest, even if
Do you even know the girl now? Do you have her number?
yeah, he doesn't have anything. So if he reports it to the cops,
Oh, and here's the thing. It's not just your boss that you have to explain that to.
It's the
You have
cops.
to explain it to the cops afterwards. Like, oh, this happened, 8 days ago,
yeah,
or however long, and it wasn't until these guys on a podcast told me to do this that
these
I
Americans on a podcast told
yeah.
me what to do.
I consulted with my legal team, these two jackass podcasters from New York.
Yeah,
And,
there's nothing you can do at this point because, and he has plausible deniability that he can say, well, yeah, somebody did lose a phone, and then somebody else came in, and those closed circuit TVs, they aren't getting sound most of the time, right? So he could say, oh, I asked the guy, well, what does the phone look like? What kind of case does it have or whatever? And he knew, and I gave it to him.
No, you don't want to lie to the police, Tom.
Well, I'm just saying.
Because they probably have lip readers. You don't want to mess with that.
Well, I'm just saying, not even that. He could just say, yeah, somebody lost a phone. Somebody else came in and said they had lost a phone, so I gave it to them. And then a girl came in and said she lost a phone. And I said, yeah, nobody's turned anything in. Because nobody had since that last phone was claimed. How long is he supposed to be? Is he supposed to be like, oh, yeah, well, 4 months ago somebody lost a phone, and then they got it back right away?
Look, Tom.
I'm just looking out for other Toms.
Yeah, I know. But here's the thing. The guy messed up. He realized he messed up.
He might have.
No, he did mess up.
Well, he messed up.
You said it was lost and found 101. If you're in
Yeah.
the customer service biz, you should be smart enough to know this.
Yeah, but he might not have done the wrong thing. or he definitely did the wrong thing, but it might not have had the worst consequences.
Right.
The girl might have been trying to scam him.
Also,
He should
just
learn
don't
for the
leave
future.
your goddamn phone by the tills is the lesson here, right?
Yeah, put it
Keep
in
your
your
eye on
pocket.
something. If you spend $400 on something,
Yeah,
keep your eye on it. And when you're in a convenience store.
even more sometimes.
Look, I got thousands of dollars worth of merchandise stolen from me in that garbage city of London. And it's my fault.
Yeah.
I don't blame that man whose name I know. I have his passport.
Yeah.
That son of a bitch.
Should have told the police.
But it's my own fault. So it's that girl's own fault. Here's the thing: you need to learn from this, and not just to ask questions, Tom.
Mm-hmm.
Not you, the
Oh,
guy.
okay.
You say you didn't feel bad about it at all, and now you kind of feel like a jerk because you feel like you might be a bad person because everybody's like, oh no, like you shouldn't just laugh this off. You should feel a little bad about this. I don't know how old you are.
Mm-hmm.
However, I think it's all part of the... Look, I used to be a complete asshole. Used to be.
Mm-hmm.
No, but I used to, like, not be empathetic or sympathetic or whatever. And, like, I think it
Apathetic.
takes... No, I was apathetic.
Oh, right.
I think it takes
Pathetic.
these kinds of situations where you feel like an asshole for being an asshole.
To learn human emotions.
Yeah, to learn, like, oh, this is the way I shouldn't be.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't, you just gotta learn from it. Like, holy shit, what is going on?
That was just a robot fell
I
down.
heard a little girl in a deep demon's voice is talking about a mother doing something in hell that I just can't repeat on this show.
Well, at the very least, I hope you learn the lesson of what stories to repeat that he thinks are funny or not. Because everybody does bad things, everybody does wrong things, and you realize after the fact, like, oh, that's... Even sometimes you realize, like, oh, that's pretty funny to me, even though I realize it's a bad situation. But you need to at least realize, you know what, I shouldn't repeat this because I don't look so good in it.
Yeah, not even that, Tom.
Well, I'm just saying, think about number one first.
Well, you don't like to... I mean, you're just gonna be a jerk till the day you die. But I remember when I was a teen or a tween in a Friendly's restaurant, I talked about this on another podcast, I found a way to make the table I was sitting at make a horrendous screeching noise. And I was probably like 13
Yeah.
and making it screech, like pissing off everybody in there.
Oh, it's a fun Friday night when you're 13.
Yeah, and finally some lady just turned to me and went like, can you please stop that?
Yeah.
Why are you doing that? And I turned to all my friends like, what a dick, right? But all my friends were like, yeah, you shouldn't do that.
Yeah, it's annoying to us as well.
Yeah, and then it was like, oh, doing obnoxious things in public for the sake of being obnoxious is not something that's generally looked on positively.
Unless you have your own TV show.
This is about the pranks at the supermarket next door to you, Tom.
These fucking prank shows back there again. I don't want to get into it.
All right. So to answer your question, Tom,
Yeah.
you done goofed. You screwed
Me?
up. No, the guy, Tom.
Oh, okay.
You screwed up. It ultimately falls on the girl. She should keep her eye on the phone better. In the next situation, you'll know to do better things, and hopefully you'll know either if you're Tom,
Yeah.
that you can learn that you can continue being awful, but just don't tell your friends about it. But if you're me, you could use that to grow a little bit as a human being, grow up a little bit, and not have some weird Peter Pan syndrome when you're 32 years old, Tom.
Me?
Yeah, you that time.
Oh, okay.
That's all the time we have.
That's it?
That's all the time. And we should mention that this episode was a live broadcast on YouTube.
Yeah, of all places.
Of all places. And I I don't know if anybody's left watching anymore because we had some technical difficulties.
Yeah.
But thank you, everybody who did watch
Mm-hmm.
and who is watching right now.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk to them afterwards.
Yeah, and but we're gonna be doing some really cool stuff on YouTube. Stuff that if you like the show, you'll very much be interested in. I hope.
Mm-hmm.
So you should subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/tcgte,
Yes.
and you don't.
You got a Google account, you can subscribe. And you got a Google account, come
Yeah,
on.
if you don't have a Google account, why don't you just...
Come on, it's 2010. You've got a Google account.
Sorry. I'm just seeing how many people are watching.
Yeah, how many thousand? How many thousand right now?
53,000.
Wow. Not bad.
Yeah.
Not great, but not bad.
All right.
And if you like the show, you can go to tcgt.com. Hey, if you want us to solve your problem, go to The Complete Guide. Don't go to email, The Complete Guide to everything at gmail.com. You can like us on Facebook, facebook.com/complete guide. You can follow us on Twitter. Sorry to burp. At Complete Guide. You can follow me at Tom Reynolds.
Follow me at your pal Tim.
You can follow me at your pal Tim. And like Tim said, you can subscribe on YouTube. I went to Barnes and Noble today.
Don't you hate when people call it Barnes and Nobles?
Barnes and Nobles. There is there. I'm not gonna mention the person's name, but there is like a acquaintance of mine that my mom has pluralized this person's last name my entire life, and every time I've been like, no, that's not plural. Yeah, so I went to Barnes and Noble. Man, they are desperate there, huh?
Yeah, man. Because nobody's buying books anymore.
Yeah, that
They're
place
all
is
buying
full of
these
teenagers.
Oh, yeah?
All the
Why, is
time.
there free Wi-Fi?
If there was free Wi-Fi, I couldn't find it, but I'm not a teenager. I don't know. It might
Teenagers,
be some...
teenagers are so much more plugged in than me.
They've
They
got-
know so much more about the world.
They've got built-in Wi-Fi nowadays.
Oh, Christ.
Well, they sell the e-readers there. I was there to buy an e-reader, not for myself, for a gift. And even when I went to buy, like half the store is devoted to this e-reader they've got. And when I went to buy it, like the whole store was like, like they didn't know what to do. They didn't know how to sell me one.
Because why were you buying that? Why didn't you just Kindle?
Because it was a good price. It's good price, good feature. It's got good reviews.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
All right. You
That's
just
why.
bought a bad gift for someone.
No, it wasn't a bad gift. It doesn't have advertising.
Happy birthday. I hope you like this garbage product.
It's a good product, Tim.
tcgte.com/Amazon for all your Kindle buying needs.
See you next week. That ought to keep the bastards happy, huh?
Man, if there's one thing I hate, it's our audience. Can't stand them.
Me too. What a bunch of dumb dicks.
Boneheads. I'm not. Oh. Hey everybody.
Oh, we were talking about the other audience, not you guys. We were talking about the audience that listens to this show, not the one that... Actually, I will give a hearty thank you to anyone that's possibly still here. How many people are still watching?
It says it's 53, but I don't believe
People
it.
fell asleep or something.
I know it's a delay
Yeah.
that we're on,
Mm-hmm.
but
Now you
Oh,
know
yeah,
about
okay.
how much delay. What is that, about a minute?
it's about a minute delay.
Mhm.
Some of these comments were actually really funny.
Read the funny ones.
Seriously, this comes from somebody who just typed a bunch of letters.
Yeah.
Seriously,
Oh,
though, if they don't start laying down rails, I'm going to be pretty disappointed.
What does that mean?
Cocaine, Tom.
Oh, jeez. Jeez. Really? Tim.
Somebody else said, can't wait for the payoff. Well, this is it, buddy. Enter Richard Marks. Yeah, so anyway, we're going to be doing fun stuff on this YouTube channel. We're not going to do this every week because this was a disaster. But But is there anything that we can do right now that can make it fun, Tom?
Well, somebody else said, Jesus, if it takes you lads a fucking age to get down a 50-minute podcast together, newfound respect, sort of. A, the podcast is always longer than 50 minutes.
Yeah.
It's never been that short.
No.
And B,
you
half
kidding
of
me?
it was dicking around with this stupid thing.
Yeah, it took us an hour and a half to do it.
That's not
And
bad.
the episode was an hour and 12 minutes long. So,
Oh, well, that's a pretty long one.
yeah. Because you had that tag at the end about the, whatever. Oh, now there's less people watching. Oh, what are you, going to sleep at 4 in the morning or something? So yeah.
This is an experiment. Well, and people were saying, like, I don't know. We'll probably try and do maybe some. Yeah, we'll try and do in the next maybe like month or two some kind of live thing. That's not just recording, because I know there was like a lot of confusion too. People were like, "Oh, is this going to be an only recording thing? Is this going to be, or is this going to be like an only live thing? Or are you going to put audio out?" I would try to be clear that it was like a just a live stream of us doing the normal recording. But
Right. Yeah, I'd like
I guess
to
that's
do...
confusing, but we're going to try and do something like interactive or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it'll cost a lot of money for you to watch, right, Tom? Can we do that? Well, we don't even know how to do that? Shit.
It'll be free for them to watch.
Yeah.
But when we do that,
How do I get paid?
when we do that, it'll be probably on like a Saturday or Sunday, and we'll do it earlier, so people in England and Ireland and Scotland can watch.
Right.
And we'll advertise it before.
How was my birthday, Nathan? My birthday was great, thank you very much. I got a Home Alone novelization book.
Are we
and a
taking
Weird Al-
questions?
See, I don't want to do that with the delay, because
Yeah, then we're just
then we're
sitting
gonna be
around
like, "Good night,
waiting.
everybody," and then everybody's gonna put
Like,
the.
wait, I have the most important question to ask you.
Um,
Nobody showed up for your birthday from you announcing it.
I
like an hour
accidentally
or two.
actually posted it before because I was
Yeah.
afraid I was gonna get too drunk, and I did.
Yeah, well.
Then I got to go behind the counter at my favorite fried chicken place.
Oh, shit. Well, I guess there's nothing to say about. I wasn't there, but you told me about this.
Yeah,
but it wasn't really anything. It was just that you got to go to the bathroom. You get to like serve customers or anything.
All right. But thanks for asking, Nathan. It was a very happy birthday.
A fried chicken place that is such your favorite. You're known as Mr. Mozzarella Sticks there.
Yeah.
Well, by only one employee who's been there, almost 10 years now, right?
Yeah. It's so embarrassing every time I go in there.
Because it's
Well, if I ever walk in there with a girl,
uh-huh.
it's like Mr. Mozzarella Sticks, and you don't want to be.
Well, first off, you should be embarrassed bringing a girl to the
It's a romantic date, Tom.
to the fried chicken place that's open till 4 a.m.
Yeah.
The independent fried chicken place.
Right.
That place is clean though. I'll give it that.
It's super clean. I was back there, Tom.
Yeah.
It's great.
I've never eaten there and not gotten sick.
Really? You used to eat there on a nightly basis.
Yeah, and I would get
when we were
sick all the
roommates.
time.
Yeah, that's true.
No, it's a good. It's delicious. Don't get me wrong, but I've never.
I ate a Philly cheesesteak from there on my
Oh,
birthday.
really? How was it? Pretty good.
It was delicious. I didn't eat it. I had half of somebody else's.
Oh, okay. No, that place is great. Palace Fried Chicken on Manhattan Avenue. I'll give them a plug to the 50 people watching
Ask
in
for
England
Abdul.
right now. Probably don't have to ask for Abdul. He's working the counter
He's
usually.
there so infrequently now. I was like,
Is he?
it warmed my heart when I walked in on my birthday, and I was like, "Oh, Abdul!" And as soon as I walk in the door, my girlfriend goes, "Is he gonna call you Mr. Mozzarella Sticks?" And I walk in the door, and it's Mr. Mozzarella Sticks, and it was great. And then I really had to pee, and I was like, "Abdul," and he was on the phone. It's like, I ordered, and then he was on the phone taking an order. I was like, Abdul, I have to pee, Abdul. And he's like, "Come on back." And I was like, it was like a Queen for a Day situation, Tom. It was like that episode of Full House where Michelle rubs the Aladdin genie lamp, and she gets to be queen for a day.
That was you getting to go to the employee bathroom of a fried chicken place.
Yeah, it was gross in there.
Was it?
No,
Oh.
it's just small.
Yeah. Well, it's for employees, Tim. They don't need to.
Tom, we're all grown up. Remember the first time we did a post-show live stream from the bar, from Boulevard?
Oh, yeah.
From your cell phone?
iPhone or something, yeah.
Yeah. Did you see anything nice in Best Buy these days? I don't get it. Perfect time for YouTube to bottom out again. All right, I think...
It's not working. Yeah, we should wrap it up.
Yeah.
We'll do a real Q&A kind of thing.
Yeah, let's do something within the next month or so.
Yeah.
And our numbers are really dwindling. Guys, thank you so much for sticking with this. I'm sorry it wasn't more of an event. John Hamm didn't show up. He was supposed to show up.
Well, he was out there for a while when the door was closed.
Yeah, and then he just got too hot.
Yeah.
It's really hot out there.
Yeah.
So next time I can guarantee you John Hamm will be here. Even if we say like there will be no John Hamm, I guarantee you
he's still here.
Yeah.
He's usually here anyway.
Yeah. He's waiting in the car listening to my audio books.
All right. Thanks, guys. We'll see you some other time.
Thanks, guys.